Okay, Mick. So you were making a few quid, betting professionally, and you're also hosting at the big meetings, Royal Ascot, Newmarket, etc. What were you doing, and how did that come about?
So basically, it was like I knew a few good business owners. They had race horses and things like that. They knew I was into racing, and it was prior to COVID. Royal Ascot prior to COVID. They was all up in one of the boxes up in Ascot, and the guy messaged me. He goes, "What do you fancy, Mick? What do you fancy?" Like that. I says, "Two selections." And these two selections, one hit the fray and one won. And he goes, "Have you got anything else?" That I don't back in every race. That's a fool's game. And he goes, "Okay, I'll message you tomorrow." And it all started like that. And then the following year, they invited me to Ascot to host the party, what they had, and things like that. And it just escalated. It escalated. They went to Newmarket. The word got round. He give my contact details to other people. They invited me to Newmarket and things like that. So that's how all that started.
Well, so you were going in the boxes, talking to the hospitality guests.
Yeah, they paid that. They would, yeah, they would pay for everything. They would pay for the hotel. They would pay. Yeah, they covered every expense like that. Plus, I had a few bob off them as well.
So that was a good sort of supplement to the gambling.
Yeah. They knew that I wasn't. They knew I knew my horses, and they knew that I didn't bet for the sake of it. And yeah, and that was owners as well. So we had good times out.
Did you have to stay there all afternoon? Because I just wonder what happened on a bad day.
I was there all afternoon, like that. And the bad days is like, luckily enough, it's if you do it right and you find a few selections and you're looking for the later races. So when they've all had a few drinks, you know. So if they win, they're happy, and if they lose, they're still happy, like that. But no, literally, they understood that, like, you do lose. It's not a God-given like that you're going to find winner after winner after winner. But they knew that, like, I would be looking for the value for them and things like that. So on losing days, to be honest, we didn't have many, but when we did, they wasn't bothered because they all knew that, like, I was looking for the value. I wasn't just tipping the odds on, the favourites, the second favourites. I was all getting the good prices.
It's all about the entertainment as well, I suppose, isn't it?
Yeah, precisely.
Right, and also I see you were offering like a tipping service, horses and sports betting. So what was
not so much the sports betting like that. It's like people try getting me involved in it. Not my thing. It's tipping the horses. I had a successful little group back in the UK, 50 members, like that, mainly locals and things, and a few people from all over the country. But yeah, that was successful. They all start when they was winning, they withdraw their money and they just kept to their original bankroll, like that. But the sports betting, people have tried to get me involved with it. I'm not. I stick to what I know.
Okay, so so your decision to relocate to the Philippines wasn't to do with racing or betting initially. Can you still bet on UK racing over there? Or have you turned that in now?
I could. The thing is, we're 7 hours now. We're 7 hours in front of the UK. Prior to the clocks going forward, we was 8 hours in front. And I tried it, and the time difference, especially with the night meetings at Wolverhampton, Kempton, like that, I tried it, and there was a few bookies online that would accept the bet and things like that. But no, now it's completely all to do with Filipino horse racing. One, because we're on the same time zone, like that, and it's easier.
Okay, so what's the main difference between the racing over there and in the UK? I'm assuming there's no jump racing. But you don't bet on that anyway. Racing. So what's the main? How many race courses are there?
Right. So at the minute, we only have there was a few, and then COVID came along, and yeah, they closed down. So Metro Manila Turf, they only racetrack at the moment, which is 40 minutes away from us, and that's it. So we only got one race course here. We race Wednesdays, Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, but we have a brand new racetrack being built as we talk through the Japanese, and it's going to be state of the art. It's a cracking looking track, what I'm seeing of it, and I've been invited up later on in the month to go and have a look around.
So what the betting habits of the locals like?
The locals, they do. I love them to bits, and it's the same as being in the bookmakers in the UK. They love doing the forecasts. They love doing the trifectas. They love the pick 4, the daily double, the pick 5, and things. They're looking for the big win. They're looking for the big win, and they don't understand that this English punter has come over here, and all he concentrates on is single picks. They call the solo pick. They don't understand it.
So is it? I mean, do you have bookmakers there, or is it just a tote monopoly?
Oh, it is. There's no bookmakers. There's no betting ring whatsoever. It's just the betting is run similar to the Tote, which is under Metro Manila Turf, like that. So there's an app, and they got the kiosks on the race course and things like that, and you can go and put your bet on like that. So it's similar. It's similar to the Tote.
There's no betting exchanges, or I mean, is there any bookmakers that take bets online at fixed odds on the Filipino racing?
Nothing. And if there's any English bookmakers, believe me, the Filipinos would love the chance to go online and bet like that. We have what we call the OTBs here, outside betting terminals, where it's like there'll be a restaurant or a little bar where they're authorised to have the screens for the racing, and they're authorised to take the bets with people that can't get to the racing. Plus, we also have the Metro Manila Turf app where you can place a bet.
Okay, now I'm guessing, I mean, most people would think that it'd be impossible for a serious punter to beat the tote system. But then on the other hand, the majority of punters lose. So if you have got an edge, you would probably get a bit of value. Is that right? Or I mean, do you know what the takeout is like?
Yeah. It was Simon. It was literally, like I say, we've been over here coming on 7 months now. And as soon as we stepped foot out of the airport into the apartment that we first had, I would watch the racing, replay after replay, watch the racing and everything else. And I could see a bias already like that, especially at 1,400 meters and even 1,200. And I was picking up on things, and yeah, I was literally paper bets. I was just writing down what I fancied like that. No betting. Like, I just wanted to make sure what I was doing was right and things like that. And I'm getting there. I'm 75% there.
So it'd be the same pool of horses running on the same course. I suppose that somebody like you that is into specialising, that's the ideal scenario.
Yeah, precisely. It's at the moment, because we've only got one racetrack, these horses turn out. Some of them regular, some of them not so regular, like that. And like I say, I'm still getting to know them all. And yeah, it was when I go racing here in Batangas, I'm up in the press and media area all the time with them. And you got the stopwatch guys, the Filipino stopwatch guys doing it, all this and everything else like that. And they're trying to talk to me about things. What's the difference between Filipino and English racing? And I'm trying to explain to them, and it's good. It is good.
There's no language barrier then. Everybody speaks English.
There's sometimes there's a language barrier, but I can speak a little Tagalog. They can understand a little English most of the time, but when we put the words together, we come out with the same thing.
Yeah, the so you're saying that when you were picking your winners back home, you'd like GG's and those sort of websites. Is there any sort of anything like that you can use, or do you have to do a bit more of the work yourself?
We have dazo.ph, which is GG's, but not 50% of GG's, if you can see what I mean. Like that, they've got all the replays. Instead of where GG's, we can go back 3-5 years and filter the horses and the results like that. Here, only 1 year, like that. So they do that, and got the pace angles through horse racing in the Philippines. I subscribe to them as well because that is a good thing. So I use Dazo PH and I use Philippines horse racing. His little database, what he sends me, what I subscribe to, and between them two, yeah, it's good.
So is the plan to start a tipping service over there and educate the locals?
Yeah, that is the plan. Slowly. It was like this morning I woke up and there's messages on my Facebook. Hi boss, what's your selections for today? Like this. And I was getting prepared for you today doing this. And I said, it'll all be on Facebook later on. Okay, boss. Okay. They love it. And it's just educating them that it's all about the long term.
And just finally, then you were telling me that you got plans to branch out to Hong Kong, Dubai, and beyond. So
yeah, that next year, start of the flat season next year over in Sha Tin and Happy Valley. There's a few things in the pipeline like that, which fingers crossed come up like that, and then that will lead to us going to Dubai as well. Like that. The good thing about being based here in the Philippines is that Hong Kong is a 2-hour flight like that. So it's a good quick commute. Dubai's a little bit further, obviously. So yeah, it's looking good. The future's looking good for the middle to back end of this year.
Is that for punting or for hospitality or for both?
That is for hospitality hosting. That is for Sha Tin and Happy Valley.
Okay, Mick. So finally, it's been raining over here forever. Do you miss the UK racing?
If you're asking me, do I miss the weather? That's 50-50. I do miss the rain and the cold mornings. Don't get me wrong. I would be lying if I didn't. But here now, I'm talking to you. It's roughly 4:30, whatever time in the afternoon here, and it's 36 degrees like that. So when it comes to the horse racing, I'm happy with the horse racing here, how it's going, because I feel that in the UK, there's just too much of it now, especially with the Sunday night racing. It's not fair. So, like I said to you earlier, Wednesdays, Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, that's ideal for me over here. One meeting instead of 2 or whatever meetings a day or something like that. Yeah, I'm happy with that.
Okay, so it's going to be
all I miss.
It's going to be a while before anybody sees you at Wolverhampton again. Then I'm guessing.
Well, at the end of the day, it's like I do miss going down to Newmarket, see Simon, see all the faces down there. I miss going to the all weather. When we're over on a holiday, I've already been invited up to Hamilton, like that. And when you're down in England, come to Wolverhampton, which we will, like that. But yeah, but how racing is at the moment, I just think there's just too much of it.
Okay, Mick. Well, good luck with deciphering the Filipino form, and with your travel. And I appreciate your time. Thanks very much.
No worries, buddy. No worries. Good talking to you. Thanks a lot.